Hey boys and girls, so we are going to learn about a new genre of books. And so that word genre, it's really fancy and it just is a fancy word for like a type of book. So there's all different types of books that are out there. And so we're going to learn about one of the genres and it's called realistic fiction. Okay, can you say that at your house? Say realistic fiction. Good job. And so I have a chart up here to tell you what kinds of things happen in realistic fiction stories. So it is a story that has made up characters. So that means the characters in the story were not real people. They never really existed. But it could happen in real life. So what happens in the story could have actually happened, even though it is a made up story. It has a real setting. That means it's happening in a real place. The characters could be real people. So that means we're not going to have talking animals because we know that that can't happen in real life. There's a problem and a believable solution, which means that how they solve their problem would be a way that someone could solve their problem in real life. And the author does not say I, me, or my. And so that means normally the author is going to be talking about somebody else. Remember, the author is the one that writes the words in the story. They're going to be talking about somebody else, so they're not talking about themselves in the story. So they're not going to say I, me, or mine. And so the realistic fiction book that I have for us this week that I really want us to look closely at is this book called Knuffle Bunny. It's by Mo Williams, and it's published by Walker Books. And it's a really good story about this little girl. Her name is Trixie. And she's not a real character, right? She is a made up character. But the story could happen in real life. What happens to Trixie, it could happen in real life. And so I want us to go ahead and read this book, Knuffle Bunny. Before we get started though, we have to do open, shut them always. So put your hands up by your face, ready? And open, shut them, give a little clap and put them in your lap. And make sure your eyes are on me and you're listening to the story, Knuffle Bunny. Oops. Not very long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. Trixie and her daddy went down the street, through the park. So you can look and see that they are in real places. Past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie helped her daddy put the washing into the machine. Look at Trixie in this picture. Does she look like she's being very helpful? I do not think so. I don't think she looks like she's helping very much at all. She was even allowed to put money into the machine. Then they left. Uh-oh. Look carefully at that picture. Do you see, let me get closer, what is in the washing machine? That is Knuffle Bunny. I don't think that's going to be good. She's going to be sad. But on the way home, Trixie realized something. I bet she realized that she left Knuffle Bunny at the laundromat. Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Haggle, flaggle, clabble." "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." Remember we said at the beginning that Trixie could not speak words? And so she is trying to tell her daddy about Knuffle Bunny, but he can't understand her because she doesn't know how to talk yet. "Aggle, flaggle, clabble," said Trixie again. "Blaggle, flabble, wumpy, flappy, snurp." Now please, don't get fussy, said her daddy. Well, she had no choice. Trixie bawled. Wah! She went boneless. She's throwing a fit. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. As soon as Trixie's mummy opened the door, she asked, "Where's Knuffle Bunny?" Oh, look at Trixie's face. She is like, "Hello, I was trying to tell you that." The whole family ran down the street. They ran through the park. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked, but Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. Trixie looks so sad. So Trixie's daddy decided to look harder until Knuffle Bunny. Trixie said Knuffle Bunny. And those were the first words Trixie ever said. So she finally learned how to talk, and she said Knuffle Bunny. So I want you guys to think, maybe you have experienced something just like Trixie in your life. Maybe you have lost a toy that you really loved. Think about it and tell somebody at your house about how this story reminded you of a time in your life. All right? I'll see you guys later. Bye.